Well, that brings me to Cody Rhodes because I don't fucking like him, and he seems like a dick, and I don't like the fact that well, back when Triple H first got put in power and he was putting himself over a lot, all the marks were burying him every chance they get. Yeah, Cody Rhodes has done exactly the same, and all the geeks are going, "He's one of us." So why do you think Cody Rhodes isn't getting the shit that Triple H got?
I think Cody Rhodes has tapped into something with the younger generation. I can't really figure it out either. Because Cody's what, in his early 30s, not a kid. And also, let's remember something that everyone kind of puts to the side. This is Dusty Rhodes' son, meaning this. Not just that he's a legend's son, Dusty Rhodes was a shrewd promoter, a shrewd booker, put himself on top in the NWA, and deservingly so. Dusty was fucking over. I got to see Dusty in his prime in the NWA in the Meadowlands Arena here in Jersey back in the 80s. So I seen Dusty Rhodes live. I seen him when he was the Common Man in WWF back when he left the NWA, and he was over like a mother. I mean, so Dusty earned his chops and he knew what to do. He knew the business inside and out. Dusty Rhodes was a shrewd businessman behind the scenes. You know, he was shucking and jiving and doing all this stuff, but behind the scenes, that guy was a smart guy and he knew how to position people to get over. Magnum TA, Nikita Koloff, that was all his back in the day. All that stuff, the Horsemen, him getting those beatdowns in the parking lot. This guy was behind the scenes of all that. The NWA was on fire when Dusty was in charge in the mid 80s. So you have to think that some of that trickled down to his son. That Cody learned from his dad. Even though Cody was a small child back then, I'm sure Dusty, you know, he's been around his dad, and in his later years, he was around his dad a lot when his dad was in NXT running shit up until his death. So he learned a lot off his dad, and he learned how to, you know, make himself the star, but a deserving star that's over with the fans. That's not like one of those, like if you, I don't know how old you are, but there was a guy, Eric Watts, Bill Watts, used to push his kid back in the day, and he wasn't, you know, over, and people would be like, oh, give me, you know, this guy doesn't have it. Cody's got something. He's tapped into something with, he's a good, I'm not a big Cody fan either. I give him a hard time all the time. But I give him his props for what he was able to talk Tony Khan into putting millions of dollars into his dream, literally, no pun intended, and his vision. And when he comes out, I watched last night, and quite honestly, the guy who got the most applause last night was Cody Rhodes. If we're being honest, he gets the biggest pops. I think bigger than Moxley, bigger than the Young Bucks. From what I've seen, Cody gets the biggest pops when he makes his entrance, and reminds me not of his. He doesn't have the charisma of his dad. His dad was one of a kind. There will never be another Dusty Rhodes. Neither him nor Dustin could ever be Dusty, nor should they be. But I think Cody learned a lot of shrewd behind the scenes stuff from his dad, and a lot of people don't really bring that up.